Howdy, friend. Spitz here, and this is Feed Bandit, the Texas First Outdoors podcast. If you have ever spent a night out under the big Texas stars, you have heard it. It starts with one long, lonely howl, and then a whole bunch of yips and barks join in until it sounds like 100 voices are singing to the moon. That is the music of the coyote. We call them song dogs because they always have something to say. The coyote is a true Texas original. They are tough, they are fast, and they are probably the smartest animal in the brush. They have been here as long as the wind, and they have learned how to live alongside us no matter how much the world changes. Today, we are going to dive deep into the world of the Texas coyote. We will talk about how they live in family groups, how they use their incredible ears and noses to find food, and why they are so hard to catch. We will also talk about the respect we have for this ultimate survivor and why they are a vital part of our outdoor story. So, pull up a chair. We have a lot of ground to cover. The coyote is a master of making a living anywhere. You can find them in the thick piney woods, the open grasslands of the Panhandle, and even in the middle of our big towns. They look a bit like a small, lanky dog with a bushy tail that they keep tucked down when they run. Their fur is a mix of gray, tan, and reddish-brown, which helps them disappear into the dirt and the shadows. One of the most amazing things about a coyote is its senses. They can hear a tiny field mouse moving under the grass from a football field away, and their nose is so good they can smell things we can't even imagine. They are very social animals, usually living in a small family pack with a mom, a dad, and their pups. They work together to hunt and to protect their territory. Because they are so smart, they learn from their mistakes. If a coyote gets tricked once, it won't happen again. That is why they have earned the reputation of being a trickster. Seeing one moving like a gray ghost through the brush is a reminder of just how wild Texas still is. My first big tip for finding coyotes is to look for their tracks. A coyote track looks a lot like a dog track, but it is more narrow and oval shaped. Usually the two middle claws are closer together than a pet dog's. If you find a straight line of these tracks along an old dirt road or a cow path, you are looking at a coyote's highway. My second tip is to use your ears. Coyotes talk the most at dawn and dusk. By listening to where the howls are coming from, you can learn where they like to spend their time. My third tip is about their diet. Coyotes will eat almost anything, from rabbits and grasshoppers to fallen fruit and mesquite beans. If you find a place with lots of small animals or ripe fruit, the song dogs won't be far away. My fourth tip is about staying hidden. If you are trying to see one, you have to be extra careful with your scent. Just like a deer, a coyote lives by its nose. You must always keep the wind in your face. My fifth tip is to be patient and still. A coyote will often sit and watch a field for a long time before stepping out. If you move your hand or turn your head too fast, those sharp yellow eyes will see you and they will vanish before you can say, howdy. Being an outdoorsman in Texas means respecting the balance of the land. The coyote is a top-level predator, and they play a very important role in keeping nature in check. They help control the number of rodents and other small animals, which helps the grass and the trees stay healthy. Preserving the tradition means understanding that every animal has a job to do. We talk to the younger generation about the grit and the independence of the coyote. They are a symbol of a Texas that refuses to be tamed. Protecting the legacy means being good stewards of the land so that all our wildlife has a place to thrive. We manage our ranches and our farms not just for the cattle or the deer, but for the whole system. When we hear that howl in the middle of the night, it shouldn't make us scared. It should make us glad that the wild spirit of the Republic is still loud and clear. Being a Texian means having a deep connection to the history and the animals of our state. The coyote has been a part of Texas folklore and cowboy stories for hundreds of years. They represent the cleverness and the toughness that it takes to make it in this country. Whether you are a rancher watching over your calves or a hunter out in the brush, you can't help but admire how the coyote has survived and thrived. We take pride in our wild places and the animals that call them home. So the next time you hear that yipping and howling echoing through the draws on a cold night, take a second to listen. It is a sound that connects us to the past and reminds us of the beautiful, wild world we live in. So what do you think of that? Are we right on target, or did we totally miss the boat on that one? Email us at howdy@feedbandit.com and let us know either way. And don't forget to check us out at feedbandit.com and grab some gear to show off your Texas First Outdoors pride. Preserve the tradition. Protect the legacy. And remember, always support your local feed store. If you're there for them, they'll be there for you when you need them the most out in the field. Stand tall, fellow Texian. We'll talk soon.